So, welcome to another special episode of Indisputable Evidence. We back again. I'm your co-host Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host
Jerry Brown was good.
What's good? It's your boy Marcus Davis. What's happening?
Your brother Darnell. How y'all brothers doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Wonderful on this nice Sunday evening. Got to see good basketball. We get to talk about it. What more can you ask for?
Amen, Marcus. Amen. Fantastic game.
Real quick before that, Marcus, you gotta let us know how is the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh man, that movie is fantastic, bro.
Yo, that movie is amazing. Yo,
Is it really good?
Yes,
I do and see it. I might have to go to the movies soon and go see that.
bro. Everything they said about that movie is better in times 10. I'm telling you.
it's a really good film. It's a really great film.
They worth the hype.
If you like the first one, you'll be blown out of how good they improved this second one.
I need to watch it.
I need to go watch this. I need to watch it. It should be on there soon. So I'm gonna have to watch that.
And shout out to Spider Brit. That's a real nigga, man. Real nigga.
Hey man, I know y'all seen the press tour interviews with Shamik Moore and Haley Steinfeld, bro. I'll say the movie chemistry is a lot better than the real life chemistry. I'll leave it at that.
Now, with all that being said, we're going to get into a quick recap tonight of Game 2 of the NBA Finals with the Miami Heat edging out the Denver Nuggets 111-108 to tie the series 1-1, going back to Miami. I think Game 3 is going to be on Wednesday. So, brothers, what did y'all see from this game?
First of all, what a game, right?
What a game.
Like, what a game.
It's like you went into it, okay. They're gonna. I expect Miami to play a little more aggressive. I expect them to be a lot better from the outside than what they were. That all came true. Then Denver made their little runs like they've done all playoffs, and they got up to a huge lead. Then the third quarter happened, I think around the 6-minute mark. Things started to get ugly, started to get muddy. Miami started to slow the tempo down. Maybe started to get to the foul line. And then the fourth quarter happened. It was just a barrage. Miami got 2 out around 11-point lead at its height. Denver swung back, had a chance to tie it, send the overtime at the end on Jamal Murray 3. Got a good look. Just rimmed off, and we got ourselves a series 1-1.
I ain't gonna lie. I was scared when he got that shot up. I was scared. I can't even lie.
Yeah,
it was a great look.
I was like, foul, but it worked out though.
I was pretty glad they didn't foul. You know, they trust their defense.
Right. I agree. I agree with that. That's one thing I noticed. They're gonna trust this defense, man. They're gonna go out and what really surprised me was the fact that Denver didn't even call a timeout. I thought they use it. They get the rebound, get up the court, call a timeout, trying to set up the play. They didn't even do that. It just shows what kind of trust Mike Malone has in his team. Both these coaches trust their teams in late game situations, and these are honestly two of the best coaches in the league. So they're gonna trust their team. They've been in these situations all year long. Mm-hmm. They're gonna trust their team. That's crazy. First in this postseason for them.
Yeah, that's why. That tells you how good they are. How they've been all season. They were like 40-7 at home in the regular season, and
that's
now
crazy.
9-1.
That's crazy.
They were 9-0 headed going into this game, and now the win by Miami. They're now 9-1. So first home loss at home since March 30th.
Now to piggyback on what you say about trusting the defense, trusting the offense, it's like the old saying goes: "Dance with the one that brung you." And both teams in the possession, they did exactly that. Denver trusted Jamal Murray to get a good shot off and make a good play, which he did. Miami trusted their defense to stay on their man, don't get confused in these cross matchups, and just stay within themselves and get a good test on that shot, which they did.
Right.
So that tells you the DNA of both these teams, and the resolve of Miami, their shooting came to play today. Like everything from the zone made the game up just enough to keep them in it, keep them going, because it was starting. There was a potential for them to get blitzed again like they did game 1, but they stayed within themselves. The zone work, they tried to eliminate the 2-minute game as much as possible. Jokic did what he does. He had 41 points, but he didn't get in. I think he had 4 assists.
I think
So
he
he's
had
40,
assists.
yeah,
41, I think.
41 points, 4 assists, and they 11 rebounds. So they kept him from having his fingerprints all over the game. Where he's gonna spray a shot out here, guys are gonna make their shots. So they did a good job on there. They played 5-on-3 and made it as ugly as possible.
Right. Another thing I noticed, you brought up the zone that Miami played on Jokic. They fronted him this time on the zone, and they had some success with it. And here's the tiny adjustment. Now we said Jokic had 41 tonight, right? He's gonna get his. He's a great player. He's gonna get his.
Mhm.
Here's the thing, y'all. He only had 4 assists.
There you
4
go.
assists tonight.
Yep.
That's a lot. So, what else did y'all notice watching this game? What did you see? Well, besides Miami shooting coming alive, what else did you see from Miami that you felt like gave Denver some issues tonight?
Well, the fronting that you did mention, they also tried the game one a lot. It worked to an extent, and what they did was they just kind of turned Jokic into a screener off of those and try to get somebody involved in the action, and Murray would just cut to the rim and with the ball. But they took away the two-man game with the zone. That was the most important thing.
Yeah.
Like Murray, he didn't really get going until late when they made the little last run. And defensively from Denver, they were terrible on some of these
They're
switches.
very terrible.
They were
Ever
awful.
since the start, they were terrible. I think literally Jamal Murray, the last time, like he had a big explosion in the second quarter with Jokic on the bench, and then the whole entire game he was nothing until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then I've seen some of them. So KCP had some lapses. Michael Porter Jr. had probably the worst defensive game since
He was playing
like February. And his shot wasn't going in, so that's a recipe for disaster. If he can't shoot and he's not going to defend, it's bad. Because there were some times when they got pick and rolls where him and the other guy would tag the roll man, leaving Vincent or Spruce wide open in the corner. And that happened repeatedly. It wasn't like one or two time thing. It happened about 6-7 times by my count.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, man, I think those shots are their last game, to be honest. I mean, the defense, to me, for Denver, looked fairly the same as it did last time. It's just they didn't go like 1 for 17 from 3 or something like that, whatever it was in game 1. They knocked them down. Max Strus got comfortable. Gabe Vincent did a heck of a job tonight with Bam Adebayo in the pick and roll. They found something there. I thought all in all, Miami pretty much made it as difficult as possible on the guys outside of Joker. I think that was the key to the game. Miami's figuring out how to defend them, and they figured it out pretty fast. So I think if I'm Denver, I'm a little bit worried because MPJ looked like a deer in the headlights tonight. If it wasn't for Chris Braun playing as hard as he did in that quarter, they probably
we haven't got anything out of them offensive all playoffs, and they got foul money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Jimmy really had not played well all series until this fourth quarter where he finally started to kind of get it going. And that's when we need Jimmy. We need him in the fourth quarter to close games out, but you got to get off to a better start and really set the tone, especially going back to Miami. You have to really set the tone now. And, wow, third Heat player with 500 points, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists in a postseason. We all know who the other two players in Miami Heat history are. I mean, it's LeBron and D-Wade. We all know. But the thing,
hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, AB. I wanted to say I think this is the most comfortable Bam has been in the entire playoffs.
Yes.
Oddly enough, yeah.
and you know
Easily.
what did we say last week? What did I say last week on the show? I felt like, yeah, Joker's gonna be a problem, but Denver as a whole does not have the bigs that both Boston and Milwaukee had. Like, those are different dudes defensively.
Yeah.
Joker, I'm not gonna say, I don't think he's a great defender. He's a decent defender.
He's not even a bad defender or anything like that. He's actually quite good. It's just
Defender, but
He plays drop.
Yeah,
He
plays drop
drop.
and
he's not Robin Al in Boston or Giannis and Brooke in
Or
Milwaukee.
even Mitchell.
Or even Mitchell Robinson. Hey,
Yeah.
Bam is very comfortable in this. They're going back and forth, so they're both getting there. Bam has looked really good this series, and I'm happy to see it because we need him on both ends of the floor. And speaking of bigs, y'all know where I'm going with this. If I see Cody Zeller,
Keep that man off the court. Keep that man.
if I see him touch his court for the rest of this series, somebody, I don't know who house I'm going to down there in Miami, but I will be paying a visit to somebody.
Hey man, all I gotta say about Cody Zeller, he got 6 fouls. Use them.
No, I don't even want him to use the 6 fouls. He better not even get one.
No, he is such a liar. But he actually counts. He actually made some baskets in this game.
He made a
Shockingly.
baskets, but defensively he got cooked.
I mean, everybody got cooked. He had 41 points. Didn't really matter.
It's just something that you just unfortunately have to play Cody Zeller just because Kevin Love is going to be starting.
No, you
And
don't. Kevin Love at the 5 and bring Haywood Highsmith in.
You can't do. You
To
realize
do
in the
what?
first quarter, Kevin Love played almost the whole entire first quarter except 8 minutes. At some point, you just have to put somebody in there, and you have to play Haywood Highsmith no matter what. I think this is more of a testament to show you how dog shit Omar Yurtseven is, to the point that they have to rely on Cody Zeller and his last leg. Just in 8 minutes, just to
I don't think it has a leg anymore at this
like a
point.
couple. Yeah, he doesn't have a last leg. He
I see him out there on the court. He gonna have no leg.
Relax.
But
Hey, Kevin Love did a heck of a job too, bro. Is big, by the way.
He did. It wasn't even the scoring so much as that you kind of he was out there. The rebounding, yes. The other part was the Aaron Gordon not being able to bully ball Gabe Vincent anymore.
that's the thing. Kevin Love actually played really good defense tonight on Aaron Gordon. Like,
No, he did.
I was shocked. I was a little shocked because we all know Kevin Love is not the greatest defender. He actually played really well tonight on defense on Aaron Gordon. And Aaron,
Just some size will help you there, and you don't want Aaron Gordon getting a whole like head start. Excuse me. And having to be able to get on a guard and just get to the rim whatever the hell he wants to. Like, he did fine. Like, he chipped in when he had to. He played good defense. But still, Kevin Love is a good deterrent for him because just 6'6" versus, 6'10", that makes a difference.
difference.
It does.
And the thing,
It's a tiny difference.
Yeah. And he brings championship pedigree as well. So, I mean,
The outlet passes are still elite, by the way.
You said what?
The outlet passes are still elite, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my.
outlet pass to a clear path foul.
Oh, that was such a
Bam
good play.
I keep
Bam was telling him not to throw it though. Bam was like,
offense fan.
That's such a subtle play that makes a difference in the game that ended up being as tight as it was.
Hey man, Dolphins fan. Hey, I keep telling y'all, if y'all don't want two at quarterback,
Hey.
Not too much.
just say, hey.
Hey. We're not talking about
come
that.
on, man.
We're not talking about that.
He might go like 27, 35, 355
Maybe
yards, 5
bro.
touchdowns, and
Oh
y'all
my
beat
God.
the Bills,
Lord.
win the division. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, another Kevin Love play that was really impressive. That play that he had where Michael Porter Jr. was in the corner and he contained him through the whole entire drive.
Ooh,
Amazing.
That was nice.
baseline. He didn't let him go anywhere. That was good, bro.
It was kind of reminiscent of like when he did the same thing to Curry. It was fantastic stuff, man.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bucks fans, Knicks fans, Celtics fans watching the Nuggets lose to the Heat the same exact way. Yep.
Bro, I told my dad, bro. My dad was like, he was like heavily, saluting Joker and everything, how he was dominating them. Like, yep. And then I was like, look, man, Miami's playing this game pretty much the way they played Boston. Like, you see the other teams more talented or whatnot, but they just find a way to win the game. They slow it down. They start getting the foul calls. They get open shots.
Speaking of that, there were a couple fouls called on Miami where they never even touched the guy.
Oh, Bam did not foul a Joker, bro. That was
Oh yeah.
And that Shambhala bogus foul they called on Gabe Vince where he's on the ground. Like, come on.
KCP. I was like, what?
That was an unfortunate situation. Like, that was one of the foul calls where you just walked in the wrong spot.
But what is he supposed to do there? I
They
mean,
wanted him to
It's unfortunate.
stop time, move out of the way, and then restart time, bro.
It's unfortunate. But, like, also, the refs were pretty bad today. They were.
you said what?
Like the rest were pretty bad today. Let's be.
They were
let's be
terrible.
honest.
Hey,
Like there was
we
also a
have
play where
enough-
Gabe Vincent hit.
It was Zarba. Wasn't Zarba the?
I'm not sure it was Arbor, right?
That man's garbage, bro. He's the
Like
worst.
there
right
was one play where Vincent hit a three. Jimmy was out of bounds in the pass. So
I mean, he's
Also, the Bam Adebayo goaltend. Enough
Yeah.
pass pass.
And I was pissed.
that's
Like-
what the goaltend.
I was not going down.
so. Darnell actually brought up a point though. We were talking about Michael Porter Jr. He kind of had a bad game. Not even kind
I
of. He
know.
just had a bad game.
He was terrible.
So this is a picture, bro. This is a picture Darnell found. It's actually hilarious.
This is funny, y'all.
Disgusting photo. of Michael Porter Jr.
What do you see?
Count how many Nuggets players are open.
Bro,
3 players
So we have KCP in the corner.
on his
You got
Case-
Joker right in the middle. You got Murray right there. And if you really want to get frisky, you got Gordon at the baseline.
Jesus Christ, man. That
You got Kevin Love out of bounds on his butt,
in his butt, bro.
and 3 guys open. What the heck is Bam Adebayo doing right there?
Hey man, this is the thing about the point, Jerry. He's cut down on this quite considerably this year, but it does rear its head, especially when he doesn't get going. He is a touch shooter. Y'all know what that means when y'all seen somebody on the court that's a touch shooter. He gets a touch, that shit is going up. No matter what. No matter who on you, doesn't matter what the coverage is, no matter who's even open. He's touching the ball because he hasn't gotten it in a long time. That shot is going up. And it doesn't help that one, he is legitimately a good shooter. And he's 6'10", so he can shoot over anybody. So he's not really affected by it. But my God, the mentality is just
That
it's
green
so
light.
hilarious.
Green light, bro.
I'll say this: when he fixes that, Denver is going to be even more scary. Because I mean, I'm telling you, he keeps showing shades of what he was the number 1 recruit in the country coming out of high school for a reason. Like you're 6'10", shooting over everybody. You have skills like that. If it wasn't for a back injury, he'd be way more developed than what he is right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Then again, he fell to the right team.
he
It
did.
worked
He
out,
did
yeah.
fall into the right team.
man,
They gave him 2 years to really develop and hold up. Because if you really remember, the bubble was kind of his rookie year.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He played his first year, right? Then he missed an entire year, I think, I want to say last year.
Yeah, he
And
did.
they still paid him.
He looks
They
great.
knew. They knew.
and I'm glad they did. He honestly, I'm gonna be honest, he deserves it because they know what he's gonna be once he fully develops. Yeah, and just looking at the first of all, we had the lead. As soon as Cody Zeller goes in, that lead was erased so fast. I was so pissed off. I'm like, man stepped in the game. 2 minutes later, we went from being up 7 to down, to down like 12.
And it's like,
I think
okay, you go.
we were up 11, and then we fell down to like down by 6.
And then down 15 at one point, it's 50 to 35.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. I was like, Marcus is like, what just happened, bro?
I really was because I'm watching the game. I'm watching the third quarter. No one's scoring. The clock keeps stopping because of all the fouls happening. Jokic will hit a shot here and there to get him back up like 5 or 7. Then the Heat will come around, hit a free throw here. Jokic hits another shot. A 3 by either like Caleb Martin or somebody or Gabe Vincent. And then all of a sudden it gets to the fourth quarter. It's like, okay, this is gonna get nip and tuck. I see how the momentum's starting to shift a little bit here. Not egregiously, but to a point where it's a toss-up. And then all the shots keep going down for like the first minute of the fourth quarter for the Heat. And they cut down to 1. I was like, okay, I see where this is going.
That third, that's when I knew Miami had it, bro. I was like, oh yeah, the clock is stopping. Foul calls? Oh yeah.
It was
Miami
such
got
a
it.
Heat way to win a game in these playoffs, especially. Like, they'll get blitzed in a quarter, nip and tuck their way to another quarter by like -4 or whatever. Okay, not terrible. Calling away ever so slightly. Lose by like 7 in another quarter, and then the next quarter they win by 15. Game over.
If you blitz Miami early, you're gonna lose the game. It's just
They
that's
just
the
find
way
a way back. They just ever so slightly find a way back into a game. Because basketball, we all know what it is. It's a game of runs, right?
Runs.
Yeah.
And when a team that's shooting while Miami's shooting in the last month and a half or so, they will always have an opportunity and they'll always play themselves into a game. And they'll always generate good shots. Like the game 1, my only thing I didn't like was that they generated good shots and everything. But excuse me. there were a lot of times they kept trying to look for the perfect shot instead of just taking the open 15-footer in front of them
Mhm.
every so often. I was like, just it's okay to settle for this. It's not settling. You're open. Take it. It's okay.
No, literally, they took the shots today, and then they were trying to chase Duncan Robinson off the line. He was attacking the rim. I mean, it looked good, bro. It looked good.
If you're getting off the dribble, Duncan Robinson, it's like okay.
In the middle was
That's
so
the
dope
basket
for
meme.
Adebayo. So
Oh, yeah.
wide.
Oh yeah. 2-man game with Bam about Duncan Robinson's undefeated.
How do y'all feel, bro? Like for me, I saw what I needed to see. My prediction is staying strong with Miami, bro. I just feel like Spo is just going to outcoach my guy, man. So, yeah.
I
Me
mean,
personally, I'm going with like the same thing that we're going. It's still 7 games. I still can't believe that people think that like Denver's gonna they thought Denver was gonna completely sweep throughout the whole entire matchup,
come on, man.
and Miami was only gonna win like one. Listen, last game, both teams shot 30 and 35% respectively from 3. And the narrative was Miami was still gonna lose because Denver only shot 30% from 3.
Yeah.
This game, not only did Denver and Miami both basically double the percentages. We have 40% for the Denver Nuggets, 50% for Miami. The free throw percentage is completely different. 18 out of 20 for Miami, 19 out of 22.
Mm.
They were practically even throughout the whole entire game.
Yep.
The whole entire game, and Miami still ended up getting the win. With a Jokic having a 41-point game.
It gave Vincent being the leading scorer for Miami. Gabe Vincent had 23. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo both had 21. Max Strus had 14. 12 of his 14 points were in the first quarter.
Mhm.
So,
He said, "I'll give you all I can give."
Yeah.
and that was the other difference. Like he hit 4 threes in the first quarter. It's like, yeah, you're not going to see him. That was the thing. You're not going to see him go 0 for 10 in a game. Like that game 1 was an anomaly shooting wise for those guys. Like, come on, man. Who's going 0 for 10?
I was like, it was an anomaly for both of them. Like it was extreme anomaly for Miami because they're not that bad as a shooting team.
Yeah, it's like they just got to hit shots. They hit shots, they win. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if
And-
they're gonna shoot like 40-some-odd% from 3, they're going to probably win a couple of games here. Just maybe, possibly, potentially, they're going to probably either win outright or stay in it, and Jimmy will probably just come in and clean up crew it.
By the
That's
way,
kind
that 3 that Jimmy Butler had in the
in the corner.
Oregon,
God.
oh my god!
Huge shot.
Yeah.
Jimmy ain't exactly a 3-point sniper or anything like that, but when it's in,
I felt that one going in though, bro. I'm not going to lie. I was like, yeah, that's a Jimmy shot if I ever seen it.
You know who it reminds me of?
Ooh.
Dwayne Wade. Let me tell you why. You know he can hit threes. He just chooses not to shoot them most of the time.
I feel you. But that time was
Like
the
Dwayne
thing
Wade pretty much did the same thing for most of his career. He didn't really start shooting threes a lot until like the latter part of his career at the end. Then he's hitting a bunch of threes. Like you're sitting there saying, "Why was this for the last 14 years?"
it's very much because he had to, because the explosiveness is gone by like year
Those knees
15,
are-
16. So you kind of have to develop other parts of your game a little bit more. And shooting, the thing with shooting is, especially when you're older, if you're kind of good at it, it's the last thing that leaves you.
You see Al Horford, bro. That
Oh
man is
God, Al Horford.
3-point
I
shooter.
mean, remember Joe Johnson a couple years ago, where he had that big game in Utah?
You said
I
who?
do remember that.
Joe Johnson.
Oh yeah.
Nice little Joe.
Hey, bro, they become snipers.
So
Straight
now,
up.
like the culprits for Denver here, though, if you look at it, so Miami had like 18 points, not terrible, but far from the explosion that you're used to. Good percentage, 7-15. Nothing to sneeze at.
Game changer,
Jokic is
Jimmy
Jokic.
Butler switched on him.
Yeah.
Kept
Jimmy
took
Butler,
it out of his hands.
but you also saw it wasn't just Jimmy, it was who else? They had somebody else guarding some too. It wasn't Heisman either.
It was
Caleb.
Vincent. It was
Caleb-
Gabe Vincent, yeah.
Yeah, Gabe got his face a little bit every so often. Just make it tough trying to limit the 2-man game, especially with the zone. Like that will help. And their zone is more aggressive than normal zones.
Oh, that zone is lethal, bro.
The zone is aggressive as hell.
Gabe Vincent didn't play that terrible in game one. He stepped this game up. This game,
He played good in game one. He played very good.
he was the only one that played good in game one besides Bam. Like he and Bam were the only ones that showed up in game one. But
He
like tonight, he was on a different level. He played much better.
Yeah, so looking at that, yeah, Murray wasn't ineffective, but he wasn't what he usually is. Aaron Gordon was 5 of 7, 12 points. Didn't bully balls away to the rim like game one, but he got him where you fit in. Not bad. KCP was awful, 1 of 4, 6 points, minus 14 on defense.
And on top of that, somebody said he gave up 2 3-point fouls.
Yes, yeah, 2 3-pointers, had some bad lapses. He probably should have given up more points than what he did. I'm shocked he didn't. And then Michael Porter Jr. Ugh.
He was what?
Michael Porter Jr. Sorry, KCP was minus 14. Michael Porter Jr. was minus 15. And they were the ones that you kept seeing every time Miami got to open a 3 off an elevator, or they just 2 guys went with a screener for no reason. Those were the 2 main culprits right there. Like they.
I was Brown.
Bruce Brown was usual. Bruce Brown, 11 points, 4-9. He's fine.
I just really feel like the main aspect of this game was just making Spo pretty much said, you know what, Joker, you got to beat me scoring. I'm not gonna let these other guys get involved. Like that is what changed. That zone changed everything. And Jamal Murray he's more of a scoring guard off the pick and roll. You know what I'm saying? Not looking to necessarily pass all the time. So it's like
not that he can, but that's not his main prerogative.
He can, yeah. He wants to go score. So
sometimes he will over dribble at times and then will stall possessions. But like it's not like a bad way, but it's just one of those things that he gets. It's a little quirk, especially in the zone where it's designed to make you think for 2-3 extra seconds about making this entry pass or trying to set this high ball screen or whatever. Like it'll get to you every now and then. And Miami's is more aggressive, hot up top than usual. So like make an entry pass, especially when they try to front him Bam, which is taking advantage of Bam's athleticism. Try to make it as difficult as possible to get that entry pass denied, which was the thing they tried game one, but the zone, it worked a little better with that. And then the shots they did get, they just clank. Especially FPJ.
Oh my God, yeah, that was awful.
Like, if he's not going to shoot, he's not going to play defense. It's ugly.
Right, and he was frustrated. You saw him complaining a lot tonight.
Oh yeah, he was frustrated. And the biggest part, other than the zone trying and mucking it up and making it ugly, it was turnovers. There were 13 turnovers tonight, which is something they usually don't do often. But when they do, that's when you can start frustrating them and start stealing some possessions here and there, slow the game down, make your shots like Miami did, take advantage, and claw your way back in. Like there was some sloppy passing, and there was some really timely steals from a Gabe Vincent up top, and then Jimmy made a play here and there. I want to say Duncan Robinson made a timely play, and Kevin Love had a charge, took a charge. Kyle Lowry took a charge. I gotta say, Kyle Lowry, for the first 15, 25 minutes of this game, it was looking like a disaster class. There were some possessions where like he would get 2 feet in the paint and try to pass it out for no reason whatsoever.
But late in the fourth quarter, he had a couple big shots. Kind of set.
I gotta send y'all something really fast to go away.
Honestly, just be a vet in those last couple of minutes, really.
Yeah, I think Jeff Green had a couple of possessions last game where he did a really good job scoring on a low post over Bam, just with like 3 or 4 possessions. You know.
It's like the athleticism is still kind of there. It's not what it used to be, but Uncle Jeff can do something every so often. Y'all see it? Oh, brother.
Yeah, J-Man was talking about that earlier.
Let me see this. Good.
And I think once again we have to talk about how Duncan Robinson, like him coming back into the lineup, getting productive minutes, being able to take niggas off the dribble and finish around the rim.
I was like, bro, if he's taking you off the dribble, especially in dribble handoffs, or just a shot fake here off the baseline, it's like, all right, you got it, Duncan. And then, the one where the delayed 3, he had the ball, took a little jab step and put it up. I was like, I ain't never seen you do this before, Duncan. I'm proud of you.
I was telling my dad actually, it was like Yo, like, because earlier on the game when they had that terrific, like, actually horrible second quarter where Christian Brown was just dominating over Duncan Robinson, I was like, yo, it's the past, like the past getting cooked by the future. And then, hey, look what happened. Same exact plays.
Yep, same plays. He just made it this time. I mean, he didn't fumble around with the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2019 Duncan Robinson, 2020 Duncan Robinson made a bad cameo at the worst times. And then 2022 Duncan Robinson was like, okay, let me settle down here. Let me just play with myself. Let me get something. You know what I mean? Just do your thing. Just give them a couple shots. Give them good enough defense, and you're golden.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. You know, he worked on this game, and you can tell he clearly did. And just seeing him drive to the basket is a game changer for this offense because now you can't just run him off the 3-point line. He's driving to the basket. He's cutting to the basket a lot more now. Just that alone is changing this entire offense. You can run more stuff with them, and I'm just proud of him for working himself back into this lineup, working on this game when he was out of the lineup. Because clearly that's what he did, and we gonna need him. We're gonna need him. That's what you get paid.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he's growing, bro. Real quick though. Freaking Mark Jackson, bro, had me pissed off. Like this man talking over here about Tyler Hero. Oh, they need Tyler Hero. This is where having Tyler Hero come. Like, shut up, bro. Like,
it's like he's not
he
wrong,
just gets on my
but
nerves.
like, bro, like he's not wrong at all. They are getting Tyler Hero. They're gonna need someone who can create their own shot in half court. But when they're playing this well and when they're playing within themselves like this, just let the game play out. You know what I mean?
Just let it play out, bro.
You know what's the problem is because Miami comes back from like big leads all the time. So then like when they're starting to get that narrative of like, oh man, the Heat really need these guys and like they don't have enough juice, and then Miami just comes back and it's like, oh shit, like
Wait, what the fuck?
about something
Right.
else. That's why they're like, oh, the culture, the culture. Like remember when Kevin Love and Gabe Vincent gave each other a hug and they spent like 3 minutes talking about
I was like, y'all are being corny as hell right now. Like, we get it.
Wait, didn't y'all say 2 minutes ago that they need these guys? Now y'all changing the thing. It's like, which
Bro,
one is it?
it's ridiculous.
Miami is such a frustrating team to like want to cover because it's like you have this thing in your head where it's like Caleb Martin, Max Strus,
Caleb
solid
played
players, but
solid
nothing
game.
that I'm like, okay, I'm afraid of, and then all of a sudden they all have 15 points apiece, and it's like, wait a minute, what just happened?
That's pretty much it right there. They start piling on points together, bro. It's like your star player got 40, but like 4 or 5 of Miami guys got 15, 12 to 15 points. You're like
it was 5-on-5 versus 5-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh man, I love the effort I saw tonight. You know, they got to a much better start. That was the other thing. They got to a much better start tonight than they scored the first 7 points.
Now hold on, AB, they play with desperation. Did you hear it on the commentary? I was like, guys, it's game 2. Relax. They know what they got to do. They've been here before. They know what it is. It's game 2. Just play it.
I know the NBA Central Twitter account was like, oh, like after game 1, the team was laughing in the locker room. I believe it. I believe it because they probably looked at that and was like, there ain't no way in the hell we finna miss this many shots again.
It's like it's a best of 7. Every team probably is going to be like that. Like no one should be rattled after game 1.
It's a series.
Especially them.
Hey, it just depends because some teams they be looking at each other like I hate you, but
Nope. That was definitely Boston, bro.
It's like everything.
Top golf.
Yeah, but Jerry just
Top
did.
golf.
Hey, the worst thing that could have happened to Denver though is that picture of MPJ.
Yeah, that picture is disgusting.
That is awful.
That's a guy that he's a good shooter and has traits that allows him to shoot over everybody, and he knows it.
Yes.
Darn it, I should add you in this group chat that has a Nuggets fan in it.
Just
Just so
him,
you see that picture.
him and Marcus Smart should work out in the summer. I gotta see what workouts with them look like.
Marcus Smart and who?
Michael Porter Jr. Imagine an open gym run with those two. They're going to take
Everyone's
shots.
hanging on by a thread, boy.
They're going to take half court shots that they shouldn't. Shots in the half court, excuse me, that they shouldn't. There's not going to be any passes whatsoever except for a couple of times in between. There's going to be times Mark Porter is going to have the ball because he hadn't touched it in a couple of possessions and it's going up no matter what. Where there's 3 guys, 4 guys on him. One guy is not in position. The ball is going to the rim.
I just found it funny how that zone startled Denver so bad. Like MPJ tried to over dribble a few times. Jamal Murray kind of got in that ISO, mode. I'm like, this is what they want.
That's why teams play zone every so often, not consistently in the NBA. Because how often do you really see a zone in professional basketball?
You don't,
and especially full court.
He's not even playing Syracuse for 82 games, right? So use it every so often because you don't see it often. It just makes you think about what you're about to do for like a couple extra seconds amongst the possession of. And a lot of guys don't have Nikola Jokic where you can just give it to him at the foul line, and he'll just throw it over somebody. Like no, not everyone has that type of cheat code. The only thing is that people fall in love with that the weakness of a 2-3 zone is you'll open threes, and people get into their heads where it's like, okay, make one pass and shoot a 3 that's really not all that open.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the NBA.
They're showing highlights again. Before they showed the highlights, they showed the view of downtown Denver. I would say downtown Denver was beautiful.
Denver's a beautiful city. I will say that.
It really does. But
back to 305, bro. Stephen A. Smith on the way.
Denver's definitely one of those cities, man. People definitely underrated.
it looked beautiful out there. It did. Now, another thing that I may have forgot what I was gonna say, but it being 1-1, we kind of saw we need to see both games in Denver, and we just got 2 evenly matched teams. That's the one thing we can take away from it. We got 2 evenly matched teams. Caleb Martin didn't play as much tonight as he normally would, with the illness that he was battling. But, just seeing the adjustments, and you see Spo make adjustments in the middle of the game, in the middle of games. Like, he pretty much did it when the fourth quarter game 1, when he ended up putting Haywood Highsmith on Jamal Murray. So, hey, I can put this guy on Jamal Murray. I can put Martin on Jamal Murray. You go back to Gabe Vincent on Murray. You use that for game 2 while starting Kevin Love. Just shows you how great of a coach he really is to be able to do stuff like that. He's gonna just pretty much end every game. He doesn't wait till after the game to watch film. He does it in the middle of games. If you can do that and your team not get rattled, they get down 15. They're not rattled. They're just like, calm down. Just go out there and play.
Yeah, 15 points in the NBA basketball game, and especially early, is absolutely nothing.
Depending on who you play, because if
who you play, of course, but like 15 points.
Houston Rockets, you can pretty much just call that a win.
Yeah, most of the time, 15 points, especially if you're like not a bunch of goofballs like Miami, you can fight back. Like they got it down like 4 at halftime. I'm like, okay, they've got their bearings under them. Let's see what happens in the third quarter. Let's see how ugly this court ends up being. If it's ugly, they got an opportunity. If it's not ugly, then we'll see in Miami down 2. And they made it ugly. They slowed it down, got stops, forced turnovers, got in the penalty. They did all the little things that they needed to do.
Yeah, you feel better going back to Miami with the series side 1-1 than you would it being down 0-2. That's clear as day.
Yeah,
so,
and the most overrated statement is the series doesn't start until a team wins on the road. It's overblown. But in this case, yes, it's a series.
It's a series. I think I would love to see Miami win 2 at home, do the business, and go from there.
We win 2 at home. I will be honest, and I'm going to be very selfish when I say this. I wouldn't even care about Game 5. I wouldn't care if we won or not, because I would want to see us close this out in Miami in Game 6 if we were to go up 3 games to 2.
It's a dangerous game. You tried that before.
No, don't do that, bro. Just close it out, bro. Close it out.
Out the first game.
That's true. But it's just something about winning the championship on your home floor. It just hits.
or losing a game on your home court for all the marbles. But look, I'm just saying, close it out whenever you can.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I do not want to play Nikola Jokic more times than I have to.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's pretty much it, because that's the best player in the planet, man. That's the best player in the planet.
Like, you don't want to see that. You don't want to have all of a sudden Michael Porter Jr. goes on a bender for 3 straight games, and all of a sudden in trouble. Like, you don't want to do that. Close it out when you have a chance. And Miami will say that. Spo and Pat Riley and them are going to say that. They all get echo that sentiment. Close it out when you have the opportunity.
Yeah, you can celebrate 305 when you have the parade, bro, but just win on the road.
Well, yeah, that's true. You're right.
Bring Larry home.
Yep.
Just do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I agree. Bring Larry home. The celebration in Miami would be wild because I'm telling you right now, nobody's going to work for not just one day. Ain't nobody going to work for a week.
Y'all remember 2013 celebration? Hey, man.
I was down there in 2012 when they won.
Hey, but AB, continue to look at it one game at a time, bro. Job not finished.
3 more.
Yeah. We that's one down. We got 3 more to go.
Win on Wednesday.
First 23 games.
I'm not satisfied. I want more. I'm not satisfied.
But help is on the way, though, right?
Yes, Tyler Hero should be back for Game 3. He's been targeting Game 3, and honestly, I would say this: when he gets in the game, that reception he's gonna get, first of all, it's gonna be crazy.
How much does he play? How many minutes does he probably get, though?
You kind of got to go with the flow. It depends.
Taking Kyle Lowry's minutes.
Maybe.
Some of them.
Maybe. I
He
don't.
took Cody's other minutes.
He shouldn't take Gabe's minutes because Gabe's been playing so consistent.
There's a reason why I said that, Darnell. There's a reason why I said that. Now Lowry's minutes are gonna get cut down a little, but you still need Kyle Lowry too. You still need him.
I mean, but what type
He's
of
gonna be cutting in between Max Strus and Kyle Lowry's minutes.
It's probably Strus if I had an opportunity, if I had a choice.
But I
Yeah.
doubt they ever run out Lowry, Hero, and Duncan Robinson. There's no way Spo does that again.
That's weird. That's weird ball handling and
He's
weird
not gonna do that.
wonky.
But I'll say this: with how much he played, with regards to how much he plays, it depends on how he looks shooting the ball. If he makes his first couple of shots, you're gonna think, okay, you can play him a little bit more. You're gonna kind of add a minute or two to his minutes. But if he comes out, he's cold, he's flat, he's rusty, you're not gonna play him as much. But if that first shot goes in Miami, that crowd's gonna go crazy.
I think it will be depending on how well he plays defense.
That too, because he's
It's gonna be key.
You know what? Honestly, his defense did improve this year. Like, he's still not a great defender, but he did improve on that even before this year.
In my opinion, bro, y'all got to keep the ball in Bam's hands.
Absolutely.
I mean, oh my God.
We're running this offense through Jimmy and Bam.
Yeah, you got to.
So you're going to have to. Bam's been eating this series. So
Playmaking, everything.
keep feeding them.
Yep.
I mean,
I definitely prefer game 2 Bam to game 1 Bam, absolutely. So if you get more of that, keep running more plays through him, especially at the elbow, and try to use him as a fulcrum there, especially with 2-man game Duncan Robinson when he's in the game. With Hero, I don't know how well he does with Hero compared to everybody else. Y'all could probably say
The best. That's his.
That's the best.
Some people would say between Duncan might be better, but out of all the guards, he's the best one when it comes to getting the ball.
Yep. It's Tyler.
That's the hero.
And like Darnell said, it's really not a knock on Duncan because he's great with Duncan as well, but it's just different with Tyler. Every time they're out there, that pick and roll with those two is masterful.
I mean, it's their bread and butter. Like,
Right.
ironically, when we were talking about the regular season, that was their bread and butter in the regular season to get points off. It just unfortunately they weren't healthy, or some outside factors happened. But that pick and roll between both of them is pretty poignant. The question is it going to be stagnant when Hero comes back?
Right.
That's the biggest question.
Yeah, the ball's
Right.
because the ball does have a tendency to stick sometimes
It does.
But when he's out there and he's moving the ball, oh my God. Like, no. I mean, when he's moving the ball, they are very, very dangerous. He's just got to remember that. Keep the ball moving. And I think he knows that. He's seeing that out there with what they're doing. Just keep the ball moving and pick and choose when he gets his shots. Because him as a shot creator, that's going to be huge for us when he gets back.
Listen,
For sure.
Miami just misses him. There's just so many different times this regular season where Jimmy just, instead of kicking it out to the corner where you see Caleb, it was Hero, and Hero was hitting those big shots. So really, it'll be glad to see him back. People who say that Miami don't need him, just think about it a little bit more.
And real quick, y'all, listen to this. This was Miami's first win in Denver since November 30th, 2016.
Sounds about right.
That Justice Winslow squad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was literally Dwayne Wade's like
That was his last.
That was his
last
farewell?
year before. No, not his farewell.
Oh.
Last year before he went to Chicago.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh's last
yeah,
season.
yeah, that's right.
Chris Bosh last season.
You wait farewell to 2019?
That team was that team could have won a title potentially if it wasn't for the screw job. I ain't gonna say that.
We're gonna have to say that for another day.
Right.
But I agree with you.
Y'all got any final thoughts before we hop up off here?
On the game 3, bro. That's it.
2-2 back to Denver before you know it.
You said what?
2-2 back to Denver before you know it.
I think that's the same. I think it's gonna go. Yeah, it's gonna go 2-2. It's gonna go 2-2. Yeah. I want to say 3-2. But
I say Miami wins game 3 and then Denver bounce back in 4.
Yeah, I
That's
think Miami was
probably-
game 3. Denver 4.
I will say this. If Jimmy gets back to being Jimmy,
Because he's been strange for the last couple of games. Not even just in this series. Since the
I
last part of the
Lost.
ever since he hurt his ankle in game 1, he hasn't really been the same. That ankle's bothering him. You can tell. He's just gutting it out. That's why when people ask him about, he's like, it don't matter. This is the finals.
Like, he don't care.
Where everybody's hurt.
Like, it's part of the game. He know what it is. Like, it's partly the ankle, which in a sport where you need your legs to do anything, it's not optimal. But also, this is a unique defensive coverage for him just because of the size Denver has. But still, it's been, you can see it. Because, like, when they try to get to the rim, their size has been a bit of a deterrent at times, which is kind of why the three-point shooting is so important right now. And if they're going to shoot like this, they're probably going to win at least 3 games. At absolute minimum, they're going to win 3 if they bottle this up, which I think they'll still shoot somewhere in the middle.
Jimmy,
this will make it a series.
Jimmy, this is what you need to do. Ice that ankle, of course. But get you a bucket, put some hot water in there, Epsom salt, put your little Listerine in there. I'm telling you right now.
Listerine?
I'm telling you, it works. It works. I'm telling y'all, it works.
FDA not hearing that, man.
Nah, they're not feeling you on that, bro.
I'm telling you, it works. I did this. When I hurt my ankle, I actually did this. I put a little bit of Listerine in there every day when I was basically rehabbing. I'm telling you right now, the pain started going away.
This is the most Pensacola thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's not a Pensacola thing. It's one of these. I'm telling you, it's one of like these old remedies you don't know about until somebody tell you.
What the head trainer of the football team told you this?
No,
The equipment manager?
absolutely not. When you got
Nah, it was the energy girl, man.
relatives that tell you this, it's like when you catch a cold and they tell you to drink tea and put like a little bit of whiskey in it.
This is the drink Robitussin of ankle injuries.
I'm
See, like I was with you with the T because it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
You get better. It helps. It's one.
Listerine.
I'm sure it does. I believe you on this. I'll probably use it when next time I got an edge spray. Send me the recipe. But this sounds kind of crazy at face value. I'm not gonna lie.
I know it sounds crazy. I thought the same thing, but it worked.
Yeah, I'll take the word for it.
I'm not putting mystery into my feet, but
You
continue.
ain't never let me wrong, it'd be I'll take your word for it, all right?
Too much, just about that much.
Not that much.
Not
Nah.
that, you don't need a whole lot. Maybe like a cat full, like you will when you do your mouth with a cat full.
Okay.
You need. But
Oh, God.
we got game 3 going back to Miami on Wednesday. I'm excited for it. Let's throw the ball up. Let's see what happens.
Hey,
Well,
Miami owes their fans. Miami owes
Bro, let me read this out right quick. So, Miami's offensive rating was 129. Really damn good, right? We can all agree on this. We know that. That's a massive number.
Right.
They had a whopping 11 shots at the ring. 11.
It made sense. Like if you watch the game, it made sense.
I
It
believe.
did. Because if you're trying to generate offense on behind the arc because that's kind of their bread and butter. That's how they're going to win this series. If they shoot well behind there, they got it. If they don't, this is over quickly. Plus, their size is going to be a problem also. It's not going to go away. They'll make some shots here and there because Bam will hit an occasional hook shot here. Jimmy will get to the line, or he'll bully his way to the rim for an one. But the 90% of the time, it's going to be a behind the arc series.
They can win it. If anybody, they can.
Let's do it. So that being said, everybody know where they can follow y'all on social media, burner accounts included.
Yes, sir. You can follow my Twitter below. I am Breezy II and JLamar_II on Instagram.
That's what's up. We will let you know that. So Marcus Davis 904 on Twitter, Marcus Davis _ on Instagram. You know what it is.
You can follow me on Darnell Monroe's at all social media platforms.
Last but not least,
Y'all know what it is. Y'all can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1, ladies.
no, stop.
You can follow the podcast page on Twitter at Indie Evidence and on Instagram at Indisputable Evidence. We're going to keep doing these after every game. We love doing these recaps after every game. So we're going to keep bringing these to y'all, even though StreamYard is trying to jam up our hours. And we might have to delete some old episodes and shows.
It's on YouTube. No worries.
Yeah, we got y'all.
We gonna have that for y'all. But that we gonna leave you as we always do. God bless y'all. Stay safe. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them you love them every day. Take care of your chicken. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Marcus.
With soap and with water and with a washcloth or a loofah, whatever you may prefer. Wash thoroughly the back of your ass, the crack of your ass, everything on your ass, your legs, your feet, your face, Jimmy and the two twins and whatever else you got there. Wash it. Oh, and speaking of which, I got a funny little story. So if y'all didn't keep my Instagram or my Twitter yesterday, I'm gonna lay it down for you. So I'm at the movies yesterday.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah. So I'm at the movies catching Spider-Man, right? I'm in the front row. I'm reclined out, having a good time. I got my popcorn. I got Powerade. I got my icy. I got all that. So we about 30 minutes into the movie, right? So this girl next to me is reclined out. Whatever, no big deal. I looked over and my brother's like nudging me. I'm like, okay, what you want? She's like, the animal is out the cage. I'm like, well, what you mean by that? He said, the animal out the cage. That's smelling crazy. I'm like, wait, what? So I look to my left, right? This woman's feet is all bare out on the damn seat, bro. I felt like that one SpongeBob episode where that one dude got gassed out because of SpongeBob's breath. I'm like, fam, it's smelling crazy in here.
What?
I'm dead serious, bro. I feel like I'm gonna get mesothelioma in that damn place. It was bad.
Oh, hell no.
It's like,
God.
I was like, do you have any house training whatsoever? Did you even wash your feet this morning or this afternoon? She ain't got no socks, no nothing. It's bare claws. So the movie over. I'm trying to thug it out. What we say, B?
Look, don't nobody want to go to the movies and smell your stinking ass feet with socks on. The people trying to enjoy the movie, eat their popcorn, and you got your stink ass feet up. Like that is a federal crime.
Hey, look, some people have fetishes on stuck toes. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck is that smell though? No, that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part.
All right, y'all.
Oh, hold on, dog. That's not even the worst. So, movie over.
Worst part?
Look at the worst part. So, movie over. End credits rolling. Lights come on. Everybody's starting to walk out. So, I sit down briefly because I felt like I was in the gas chamber. And then I'm trying to go. I get up, so I look to my left. She gets out of her seat. Let me tell you, she had no fucking shoes the whole time.
Oh my!
None. She walked out of there barefoot. No socks, no nothing. Stinking bunions.
All right, I think we can all guess what color she was.
You be correct.
Of course.
And I have a tweet that I put out yesterday. Briefly speaking on what happened.
You got to show it to the people.
I'm gonna read it out right now. So
Jesus Christ!
Here goes. Dear white women, one of your own is next to me at the movies with her feet out, making the whole room smell something crazy and coughing like it's 2020. Please bring her to headquarters immediately and sort her out. Sincerely, the nostrils of everyone in this theater.
I will say like that, like bad feet smell gotta be like second to like BO,
Yeah,
and third to
Bad boy.
some girls who got
I know what you mean. Yep,
VVG.
What the fuck is that smell?
So
you're right.
Nah,
so
man.
that's incredible.
Hold on. Darnell, what you was just talking about there, what you think is number 3, we might have to put that at number 1. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
There's a reason where if there was a question on Twitter, people ask whether you know it's corny or musty. You don't shake musty. Ever. Once someone know you musty somewhere,
It's a wrap.
that's
over. It's over.
It's over.
You ain't shaking that. You can. That's a 4 sweet.
If you musty lemons under your armpits, ain't finna work. That's gonna make it worse.
Like people gonna call you state ball the rest of your life, man. You ain't shaking that.
Buy some deodorant.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is if you go into the doctor's office and all the people in the office wearing masks and they see you, bro, you need to be careful.
Man, you need to wear N95 around you.
Doctor's office and everybody, you know what happened.
Exactly.
But somebody might for real die if you walk in that office. Your feet stink that bad. And you gonna see somebody just fall over. They gonna they did. They done gone to the upper room because your nasty stank feet walked in the building.
I feel bad for whoever had to sit in that chair the next day because I don't think they disinfected that shit.
They need to disinfect that entire theater, that entire
I know where Marcus was. It was a nice theater, Cinemark on Atlantic, right?
Oh my god! How'd you know that?
I saw the backdrop. I was like, that's terrible. This brand new movie theater, she out here showing her stank feet in a brand new movie theater.
Oh man. Because remember the one by my house is closed now. The Hollywood on River City.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they closed that joint up.
there.
What is that?
Probably because nobody went there when the new one got built.
A lot of people went there, but
Not when that new one got built. See?
no stop, bro. People
Y'all know the movies near FAU?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro.
It's ghetto now.
No.
It's bad, man.
Really?
It's bad.
What
And I don't usually say that terminology, but like it's bad. Like I'm going in and I'm like sitting down, and then like my girl like looking in the back is like, "Yo, what's all that thing behind your back?" Like the furnitures, and people know that movie theater used to be peak.
Yeah. It was
But
bad.
I guess it got ruined. It got ruined.
there's a correlation between 2020 when we were kind of there and after when we were all long gone. There's a correlation.
This is what happens when you have your acceptance rate at 73%. You start bringing in everybody. And
I'm gonna put it
Hey,
to
man.
this. I'm gonna put it to y'all like this. Whenever I go to the movies, I'm sitting near an exit. Because if somebody come up in there with a gun, I'm jumping around that other exit, booking it out the building.
That's such an American way of looking at
If I
going to
got
the
a
movie.
jacket,
that is so sad, AB.
if I got a jacket in there, I don't care what jacket it is. It might be this heat jacket. I'm leaving that in there. I ain't going back for nothing.
That's so sad, bro.
It's now evidence.
Look, man. Yeah, it's pretty much. Yeah, that was a jacket left in there. Yeah, that's mine because I booked it. I ain't even finna lie to you. I wasn't saving nobody. I booked it. Yeah, I'm out.
Nah, bro, like that movie theater, like that was such a nice theater and everything. It just had to get ruined by the stink bomb next to me.
I think the worst thing is when you have like all those little jits just ruining shit.
Oh, without fail.
I will say this, and I didn't think anybody would have a worse movie theater experience because for me, like I said, I went to go watch Scream, and then that little kid wearing the damn new costume. Like, bro,
You was gonna drop your kid?
hey man, look. You ever think about the time where you were little and your parents would give like babysitter or aunts the permission to whoop your ass because you did something wrong? That was the one time where I wanted to be like, you know what? I want permission so bad.
Hey, bro, kids are bad.
Like, come on, don't walk in. First of all, he's 7. What is he doing in that movie? Watching that? I don't care if he's with adults. He's 7.
Hey, man, he built different. I don't know.
Damn, Marcus. Don't go. Look, I would have embarrassed son and just got up and moved.
No, I don't blame you there. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was such a packed theater. I couldn't really go anywhere.
To the
Like,
front?
I was already at the front.
To the front, you can't.
I was already at the front, and the whole theater was packed out because it was like the second, third day of Spider-Man. Huge movie. Everybody in the grandma want to see it, so I was in like the middle, like the middle row and whatnot, and I was pretty much trapped.
Right.
Pray for my nostrils.
Yeah, that's why we always say wash every crevice of your body.
See, real life application, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do on this pod. Other than talking basketball or just shooting the shit, we'll give you real life, real deal skill. Things you need to take to your personal life, to your afterlife, every aspect of your life. Wash. Because God forbid you end up being musty one day and you become stink bomb for the rest of your life.
Like, bro, like personal hygiene should be priority, man. Like, come on, man.
You think so, but I guess not.
Something wrong with y'all, man. But yeah, with that, we gonna leave y'all and say God bless y'all. Have a great night, and we will see y'all on here on Tuesday. And if you follow us on ITS, we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Hopefully, with Florida advancing to the Super Regionals.
Prayers.
Prayers for that.
Yes, sir.
See y'all.
All right, y'all good people.
Stay safe, y'all.
Yes, sir. Love y'all, boys.